Well, 2 of them.
9 brothers and sisters.
Yes.
That's what the probation officer wrote because you told her that.
Yes, sir.
Where the heck are they?
I'll be brief with you.
Okay, you want to
I just
present something first?
Yes, sir.
Who do you?
Right.
Correct.
Who's your son?
Harris Ross.
Oh, okay. So we don't know.
Oh.
We're just learning. I don't know your family situation. The defendant is your son.
Yes, he is.
Okay. Good.
Repeat that.
My client's mother, right?
That's correct.
All right. And you understand with the plea bargaining agreement today, he's been charged with 2 offenses, the fraudulent use of credit and debit card abuse, as well as the forgery of the financial instrument, right?
Correct.
And you understand that the plea agreement is a cap of 4 years where the judge could consider probation, right?
Correct.
All right. So to get straight to the point, you're familiar with your son's criminal history, aren't you?
Learning. Yeah.
Right. And you're familiar with his character and who he is, right?
I am.
All right. The reason I brought you up here is that your son is your special caretaker, isn't he?
He is.
And I know it's hard for you to, talk about that, but you have a very serious ailment right now, right?
Correct.
And what is that serious ailment that you have right now?
I'm dealing with stage 4 cancer.
So you're dealing with stage 4 cancer, is that right?
Correct.
And with that being stage 4 cancer, your doctor has basically diagnosed you as dying, right?
He told me to live my best life.
Live your best life. Well, I'm just saying.
He said to go live my best life.
Live your best life.
Well, I mean, that pretty much takes a lot of hope out of things, but
No, I'm just saying.
but
I'll explain why. And with you going through.
so you are being treated
I am.
medically.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been experiencing this ailment?
I've been sick the past 5 years. December 13th, 2020.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So with you being in Georgia and with the stage 4 cancer that you have, is your son a provider for you?
He's the main provider.
And by the main provider, how is he the main provider?
He's making sure the bills get paid, making sure I get my medication, making sure I get to my appointments.
So at the end of the day, we know about his history. We know about the offenses that are charged. Are you begging the court for mercy today?
I am.
This is one of those courtroom moments where emotion and accountability collide head-on. What starts as a plea for mercy quickly turns into a brutal examination of responsibility, choice, and consequence. At the center of this case is a man facing serious fraud and forgery charges, but standing beside him is his mother, battling stage 4 cancer, relying on him not just emotionally, but physically and financially. And that's where the tension begins. The defense asks the court to see the defendant as a caregiver, a provider, a son trying to do right under impossible circumstances. But the court is about to ask a far more uncomfortable question. If your mother is terminally ill and depends on you, why keep committing crimes across multiple states? As this hearing unfolds, you'll hear raw testimony about pain, cancer treatments, and daily dependence, followed by a judge who refuses to let illness become a shield against accountability. The stakes here aren't just prison time, they're moral responsibility, public safety, and whether compassion has limits when patterns of crime refuse to stop. Stay locked in, because by the end of this hearing, the judge delivers one of the most direct, emotionally charged sentencing statements you'll ever hear.
And are you asking the court to put him on probation today?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And without me putting words into your mouth, I want you to speak to the judge in your own words and tell the judge why you want probation for your son.
Good morning, Judge. My name is LaWanda Baggett Cook. I'm the mother of Harris Jawan Ross. I am dealing with stage 4 cancer. They just removed 10 mass out of my body, 7 out of my chest, 2 out of my diaphragm, and 1 out of the upper right lobe of my lung.
When did you become aware you had an illness? When did the illness begin? Do you remember?
Well, it went from COVID cancer, but I just had surgery May 7th of 25.
You said it happened during COVID,
Yes,
so in 2020, I guess?
December 13th, 2020.
Okay.
And Harris is my, not only is he my caregiver, he's my power of attorney. He have all the final rights and know my wishes once God decides it's my time. But I'm a single mom and clearly don't have any other person in my life significant otherwise. Not really able to work. And a lot of times can't even get up and cook and take care of myself. So he is my main source. He is, and I'm asking for mercy of the court.
So basically for you, a day in your life, you deal with the treatment of cancer, right?
Treatment, pain, sickness. I could be well right now and a little bit later, balled up in the bed. So
Right. So you can be balled up in the bed in excruciating pain
yes,
and agony, right?
yes.
And while you're in this pain, what does Paris do?
Well, when he's home from work, he's the person that prepares the meals. He will bathe me. He will even change me or get me to the bathroom if I need it. He's good with that. He's real good. But he'll send food to the door through Uber Eats when he can't. If he's at work, he makes sure some food is coming to that door for me. Food, water, anything that I need. He's the person. He's my carrier, 100%.
So here's the last question, and I'll stop. I'm quite sure the judge and the prosecutor's gonna have some questions for you.
Okay.
But at the end of the day,
It took him 9 years to resolve that case in DeKalb County, Georgia. That's where you live, right?
That is correct. I have no clue how that worked. So
I mean,
I don't even remember if I can remember it.
if he's the one that's responsible and helping you out, like we were talking about, you would think he'd take care of this a lot quicker than that, right?
I imagine.
On this. Number one, I heard what your mother has said, and yet with her illness that you're supposed to be taken care of, you committed after she was diagnosed and you knew she was sick. You committed, let's see, 4 different crimes and were convicted of 4 different crimes. And yet you knew she was seriously ill. And we're talking about in DeKalb County, Harris County, San Mateo County. So this is across the country, in Georgia, California, and in Texas. You have 9 siblings, don't you? 9 brothers and sisters.
3 of them, or 2 of them.
9 brothers and sisters.
Yes.
That's what the probation officer wrote because you told her that.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Where the heck are they? You've got 9 siblings. Aren't they supposed to be doing their part to help this lady? Or have you been abandoned by all 8 of your children?
They're not mine. They're from his dad.
No, that's not what this says. Reported to have 9 siblings shared between his mother and father.
I got 2 of her and the rest of it with my dad.
This says 9 siblings shared between his mother and father. That's what the probation office wrote. I know what that means. It's English. You have 9 brothers and sisters by her and a father.
That's correct.
Well, where are they? Why aren't they helping? The only person who's helping is the person who has committed.
This is the turning point of the hearing, where sympathy gives way to scrutiny. The judge is no longer focused on what the defendant says he feels, but on what the record proves he's done. Multiple convictions, crimes committed after his mother's cancer diagnosis, offenses spanning Georgia, California, Texas, not a single lapse, but a pattern. And then comes the question that cuts deepest. Where are the other siblings? The court isn't minimizing the defendant's role as a caregiver, but it's rejecting the idea that criminal behavior somehow becomes excusable because responsibility was inconveniently placed on one person. The judge makes it clear you don't get to leverage a loved one's illness as a bargaining chip against justice.
Legally, this matters because sentencing is based on criminal history and risk to the community, not emotional hardship alone. And when the judge points out that the defendant was facing up to 30 years before a negotiated 4-year cap, that's not hyperbole, that's reality. So ask yourself, does caregiving outweigh 18 years of repeat criminal behavior, or does accountability eventually override compassion?
How many crimes did we talk about?
You said 13, sir.
Yeah, 13. But the criminal, the consistent criminal, is the only one of the 9 who is able to take care of you, but yet he keeps committing crimes while you are seriously ill? What kind of responsibility is that? Pathetic. Well, you can't lever your mother's illness as a method of keeping you from being held responsible for committing 13 crimes and another one here before this court. I mean, how can, it's like, I'll keep committing crimes and I'll use my mother's illness as a get out of jail free card?
No, sir.
No, that's what's being said here. You have 9 siblings. They need to be doing their part naturally, decently, Christianity-like way. It's a moral thing to do. Where are they? Or have they all abandoned you, man?
2 of them have not.
2 haven't. Well, then they're going to have to take care of you because he's going to prison.
So,
And he's got to be held accountable. And with his rich criminal history, his lawyer has somehow fashioned a remarkable limit of his exposure for criminality. Because after all of these convictions and committing now 2 more convictions, crimes, which are civil in nature, of dishonesty. These one of these is a 20-year possible sentence. The other is 10. He was looking at 30 years in prison. And these are the kinds of cases with a rich criminal history like you have that get stacked on top of each other. But he has fashioned a deal of a cap of 4 years in prison, which is pretty good arrangement. Is there any restitution here?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
None known, despite all those cards that I've shown one.
My mother's still alive. I just saw her yesterday, and I couldn't imagine hurting her in any way. But your choices that you make, you just don't hurt you. There's the lady who seems like a wonderful person. My goodness, who has nature has dealt some difficulties, and instead of being the good son, not only to help her but to make her proud, you continue to make the same kind of mistakes you've made. Or going on, well, since 2009. Today is 2009. 2008, sorry. 16 years? 17 years? Going on 18 years of criminality. And your mother is ill, needs you. So quite naturally, you continue to commit crimes in 3 different states. Okay. I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for us. And yeah, you need to work on a whole lot, not only your own choices, but you need to quit putting yourself first. It was the great book Gail Sayers wrote, I am third. The supreme being is first, others are second, I come in third.
By the end of this hearing, the judge leaves no room for misunderstanding. The sentence isn't about cruelty, It's about consequence. Despite heartbreaking testimony, despite undeniable suffering, the court determines that public safety and accountability must come first. The defendant pleads guilty to 2 felony offenses: fraudulent use of a credit or debit card and forgery of a financial instrument, and receives 4 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, with sentences running concurrently. The judge acknowledges the mother's condition, but ultimately concludes that her illness did not stop the defendant from committing crime after crime, and therefore cannot stop justice now. This case is a stark reminder that compassion does not erase patterns, and love does not cancel legal responsibility. So now we turn it to you. Should the court have prioritized mercy, or was this outcome inevitable? Could you sentence someone knowing their parent depends on them? Or would you have ruled the same way? If you found this case as powerful and unsettling as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more intense real-world courtroom breakdowns just like this.
That's why he's great. He has a great message. You need to read that book because you keep putting yourself first when others should be placed ahead of them. You should be doing better work for others. The decent thing. Taking care of family needs. Wow. Anything else to add? Anything else you would like to add, sir?
Judge, if prison is going to be in, Judge, I would ask that on 4-year cap that you do 2 without having any definitiveness to his mother's condition. At least, I think that would at least give him a chance to get out and to still be with her in her final days. And
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's why I was asking for the. I was asking for that number.
I can't help but say that's not the way sentences and the justice system and the laws are supposed to work. Essentially, it's the circumstances of the offense and criminal history. He has dealt with his mother's condition for several years, and yet that has not deterred him. I'm worried about the community at large being subject to more criminality. His mother's illness and her need of him to help her. He has elected to continue to commit crimes of dishonesty, among other things, then do the right thing morally and decently. Then the community is best served overall for everyone. Even though your mother needs your help, you should have been helping her when you were committing these crimes, when you knew she needed help. Shame on you. If nothing further, by any party, I'm going to find you have pleaded guilty in each of these 2 cases, sir, in 25 CR 381 and 382, illegal possession and use of credit or debit card abuse, and a 2nd-degree felony, and the 3rd-degree felony of forgery of financial instrument. You have pleaded guilty in each of these felonies voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There is sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted in each of these cases to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in each of these cases. I am following these agreements. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 4 years. These 2 sentences shall run concurrently. And I hope that your mother is able to get the help that she needs from other members of the family, the 8 other siblings, because you have failed her responsibly. You have failed by failing to follow the rules of law and by continuing to victimize other people. shame on you. And I wish the very best for her. I know you better than you have acted over these 13 convictions for 20 some odd years. Anything else to add? That is all we're going to assess on this case. Thank you, dear Smith.
Thank you, Judge.